Boulder, Colorado, one of the most picturesque locations in the world, let alone for college football, and you will see plenty of Buffaloes roaming here. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here, and you know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on the 23rd ranked team in the land, the Colorado Buffaloes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Buffaloes will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets offense will get the first swing of the game. And they're led out there by a man who will carry the ball plenty in this one, guys.
Well, it's real simple. He's the best player on their team. They have got to force-feed this guy the football, David.
No doubt about it. The offense goes through him. Excited to see how they've built this offense and how many different ways they can get him touches.
Look, I know this guy's tiny, but on these slant throws as a DB, you got to get your hands on him because he's just too quick. He's going to cross your face too easy otherwise, and he did right there.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. They'll need 3 yards here on third down to keep this opening drive alive. Looking to throw for it. Caught over the middle. It's Singleton. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open, quarterback's best friend, and this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Hey, I'll tell you what, that slot receiver, he may not be the biggest receiver in the world, but he is shifty, and he runs really good routes. You saw it on that play.
Line getting set on second down. Back to pass, it's King. He's got his man. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end of season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Right back to the well. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Got his man on the right. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
I really like this slot receiver because of his shiftiness, and you see that on his route running. Really, really nice job creating separation for his QB.
The Yellow Jackets will have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds his man, it's Boyd.
Pass on 1st down. Caught by the tight end. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Play number 10 on this series. A 6-yard pickup that leaves him with 3rd and 4.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
They're about to get through their entire opening script of plays. This is the 11th play of the drive, 3rd down. And it's loose. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it.
And you see wide receivers make those catches and try to get upfield and now turn into a running back, make something happen. And a lot of times you just forget to secure that football real tight. And you could tell DB got it out. Big mistake, big turnover, nice forced turnover by the defense.
This offense starts deep in a hole. Dropping back, it's Sanders. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a 1st down at the 22. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
Looking to move it through the air. Throwing right. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Gets it out quickly.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
The Buffaloes want to pick up the tempo. He wants to throw it again. Caught behind the line. It's Hunter. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Makes a connection. Good pickup there as he gets the 1st down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Everybody holds their breath when this guy has the ball. On defense now, you got to stop the bleeding because you're allowing one of the best at his position in the sport of college football. Now have back-to-back catches. You better be anticipating this offense going back to him again right here.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Got him downfield. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
And it's another 1st and 10 play. He's looking to throw it. Fires left. He's got it. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Dropping back, it's Sanders. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bucks. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker on for the extra point.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
That means the score, Colorado 7, Georgia Tech 0.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Catch in the middle, it's Boyd.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
Looking at a 2nd and short now. The RPO, fire complete to the left. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
We're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. And they force a negative play.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Looking to throw, it's King. Throws to the wideout. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And the Yellow Jackets decide to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Looking for a block. It's Horn. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. He'll off one deep down the left side. Makes the grab.
Really nice timing on that throw. Quarterback had to hold it, allow his receiver to work his route, but he threw it at the perfect moment so that he was able to make the catch inbounds right on the sideline.
And the Buffaloes trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. They move the tight end all over. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. Tries again to get it in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado.
And 3rd and goal, I'm giving it to my playmaker. You let your quarterback make this decision whether he wants to run it in or right here. He sees the opportunity. His guy's wide open, hits him in stride for the easy touchdown.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff team has the ball teed up and they're about ready to go. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Scanning the field, it's King. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And on that incompletion, I think the quarterback is being just a bit too careful, trying to throw that ball too far outside, obviously aware that the defenders are coming from the inside. You don't want to put it behind the intended target and risk the pick 6, but he needs to be more accurate.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Quarterback now breaking the field. At the 35, he's loose. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a 1st down.
It's not fun playing defense. I got to cover these fast wide receivers all over the field. You're going to run tempo. You're going to spread me out. You're going to do all this stuff to me, and then it doesn't work, and you call a pass play, and then it turns into that because your quarterback's so special. This just isn't fun.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
It leads to 2nd down.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Off play action. Steps away. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
Those always sting a little. When you get so close to getting the QB to the ground, creating a negative play, and then all of a sudden he turns it into something positive. Just really annoying as a defensive guy.
The Yellow Jackets come to the line in the hurry-up. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Now looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. No, no good. Guys, a missed field goal and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game. back onto the field. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The play action fake. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Back to throw, it's Sanders. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
And on that 3rd down play, there just wasn't any timing between the quarterback as an intended target. As a result, ball falls incomplete, setting up 4th.
And the Buffaloes will call on their punt team. Here's the return. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Comes out throwing on first down. That's caught. It's Boyd. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Boyd. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes a stop. They wanted to get the ball to the tight end, and they've already done it 5 times, and we're not even to the half.
I'm about to say mission accomplished. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Take advantage of the matchup, right? Zone or man, I like my big fella. I like using the tight end all I can. Great job working him into the offense. He's a playmaker. Find him.
And the Yellow Jackets want to move quickly. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Lane. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Good job in coverage defending their own end zone there because you're trying to compress these windows and make it tough for the quarterback, and they were able to tip that one up in the air, and obviously it falls incomplete.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at 2nd down. On the move, it's Haynes. And they pick up just 1. It'll be 3rd and 9. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Moving out of the pocket. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, the defense just spent a whole lot of energy, too. That was a long play. That developed and took time, and they were pursuing, and they weren't able to get him initially. So you got dudes huffing and puffing and sucking wind, and this offense all of a sudden down close to your goal line. You might want to consider subbing some fresh bodies out on the field.
They'll try to run it in. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
They've been running it, but now the pass. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
It's a big-time moment for the defense. They're creating a negative play, getting a sack with the opponent right down on the goal line. Now that they've backed him up a little bit, a touchdown doesn't seem like it's just a gimme.
You know they'd love to convert this third down after missing a field goal on the last drive. Looking downfield, it's King. Looking to buy time. He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone.
What a third down stop by this defense. Third down and goal, no problem. You know that guy. Every time he touches the football, you hold your breath because he's so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They were ready, and they forced the 4th and goal.
They're going to run it. Goal line defense, and he gets nothing as he stopped right at the 2. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. And stiff arm got him a little space, but he'll be knocked down at the 11.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
The Buffaloes moving quickly to the line. The give to the back. Not much there. He gets 1 to the 11.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
You've got a 3rd and manageable, backed up in your own end, but convert here and you get some momentum. They'll try to pick up the first through the air, and they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
And the Buffaloes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And the returner goes down. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And that ball is picked off. Trying to take it back. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31.
And listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. He wants to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Sanders. He's right on target. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
And you throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
3rd and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the 1st. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
They'll play it safe and try for 3. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And that lead grows even bigger. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And here's the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive.
Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. So they've got the lead down to 10 here, a little more interesting as they're set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism. He's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Now after the short completion, it's second down. Looking for a man, it's Sanders. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
And if you had any questions about this quarterback's arm talent, now you've got your answer. Wow.
Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. They'll try to get it through the air. The throw to the outside is complete. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do in 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
And the Buffaloes will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. 5 wide receiver formation on 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. That's caught. It's Miller. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And how about that linebacker seeing the ball getting thrown really quickly to the wide receiver, breaking on it, and then being able to get that fast guy on the ground for no gain? That's a really athletic play by that linebacker.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
The Buffaloes will line up to punt it away. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. They'll throw it on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far today in Boulder, and welcome in to the halftime update. Each of these two offenses has looked like well-oiled machines, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out these two passing attacks have run circles around these defenses. Man or zone, nothing seems to be working, and I'm not sure that defensive coordinator is going to be able to figure things out here at halftime. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas at Folsom Field.
The Yellow Jackets will kick it away to start the 2nd half. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They'll keep it on the ground to start the 2nd half. Ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22.
You see, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
And the Buffaloes headed quickly to the line. Wants to throw. It's Sanders. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down. They're trying to get to it. Grabs it in the middle. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. This dude is putting in work out of the slot, and he is just wearing out this defense.
And you see it, Reese, in football. These slot guys are so quick, so athletic. You back them up off the football so you can't get hands on them, and you just find ways to continue to get him the football. He's making plays, so I'm going to continue to throw it his way.
And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, you know what, let his talent do the rest.
9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. He'll do it himself. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the 1st down.
It must have been a brutal week for this defense preparing for this game because of all the different ways they can attack you and because of how athletic this quarterback is and how he can hurt you running the football. He just showed it to you right there.
Motion from the offense. To the air on 1st down. Gets it out fast. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down.
Picks up 9. 2nd down coming up.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper. And the Buffaloes will keep this drive going.
This quarterback does an outstanding job in his preparation, watching film and understanding when he has to pull the ball on these types of run plays. Great job keying on the defender and quickly making the right decision to pull it and then go get north and get the first.
The Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10. Handoff to the lone back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
And the Buffaloes will hustle to the line. Looking to throw at Sanders. Throws to the wideout. Working on the right. And the quarterback stuck it right in the keyhole, and they've got it down to the 30-yard line.
And you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understand the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Trying play action. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
And the Yellow Jackets racing to the line in the hurry-up. To the air, it's King. He finds his man. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, what a cut! Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Looking to throw it again. Finds his target down the middle. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
The Yellow Jackets have this offense rolling. Trying to find his man on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
And now on second down for this offense. They'll try the right side. Knocked down at the 34 after a pickup of 5. It's a first down.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
And the Yellow Jackets have it with a 1st and 10. To the air, it's King. He lets it fly. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air, and offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. Off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. And he can find a receiver, and down he goes.
He tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket. He comes away with the sack.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Grabbed in the middle, it's Singleton. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
Pulls and fires complete. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? The Yellow Jackets are in the hurry-up. Looking downfield, it's King. He's got it and still on his feet. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
1st and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Power ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Getting set for the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away.
Set to kick off.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series, but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
He's got it down the middle. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. And talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Gives it to the back on the draw. At the 35, he's got room. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And how about the play call? They're in shotgun. Everything tells you pass. I'm thinking as a defensive lineman, rush the passer. Linebackers are thinking about dropping out, playing pass, and they slip the draw in there, and Jesse get the big gain and a critical first down.
Yeah, and I like the running back there not being too anxious to get the handoff, right? He's got to make it look like, hey, I might be trying to help out my tackle here in pass protection before I get my elbow up and accept the football. So nice job acting, which helped the rush get upfield, helped those linebackers vacate the middle of the field, and that's really what led to that big gain.
And the Buffaloes in the hurry up. They'll try the run. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Brings up third down.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. To the air, it's Sanders. Fires to the wideout. Holds it in. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ballgame, you get those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Fast motion from the offense. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. That's caught. It's Hunter. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the 4th quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
The Buffaloes getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
This quarterback makes very good decisions, not just when it comes to throwing the football, but in the option game as well. Knowing when to hand it off to the fullback, knowing when to pitch it, or when to keep it yourself. He showed you that there.
Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming. They'll try to blast their way in. He's got the two-point conversion, and they build on that lead. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. It's complete. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
They had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Maybe a little frustrated after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10 from the 38. To the air, it's King. This time it's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Quick completion to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
They want to just keep throwing it. He's got his man. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
All the way down at the 33-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The give out of the gun. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. At the 20, he's got space. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
The option look. Quick toss. Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8.
Brought down at the 8-yard line. 2nd down coming up.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. To throw, it's King. He caught it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. Well, we wondered exactly where the momentum was, and it looks as if Uncle Mo might have switched sidelines and switched families.
And momentum is such a big thing. It's such a real part of college football, isn't it? And you can just feel that right now. It just felt a few minutes ago like this game was over, and all of a sudden, this team, they're believing in themselves. They've got some wind. They've got some hope. Their defense now needs to get the football back to keep that momentum going.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. They march 78 yards down the field, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Obviously backed up against it. Time running out. Got to get the football back. 2 good plays. Now 3rd down. I stay aggressive. Have to come after him. If they decide to throw the football, so be it. But stay aggressive. Get that football back for your offense.
Looking to throw, it's Sanders. Oh, he makes the catch. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Buffaloes will punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. He makes the connection, and he goes down after making the grab. Picked up a few, but he's still short of the first down marker. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. No running back on the field. 5 wide on 2nd and 1. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Singleton. Stop is made at the 36, but he picked up 10 on that one and has a fresh set of downs.
And they're featuring this guy all day long. Now he's over 150 yards. Great job by the offense. This is a matchup I'm going to take advantage. He's taking advantage of it all game long.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Got his man in the middle.
You're seeing a lot of confidence out of this quarterback now. 3 for 3 on this 2-minute drive. He understands that he needs to step up if his team's going to win this game. And he's playing his best football right now.
Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for 2nd down. They keep attacking through the air. Fires to the tight end. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a 1st down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game.
Where's the defense on that last play? It's a 2-minute situation. You've got the guy making the catch in the middle of the field. You've got to tackle him in bounds and keep this clock moving. Somehow they were able to let him get outside and stop the clock. That just can't happen.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Tackle on the play at the 15-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a man, it's King. Spits it out to the back. He's got it. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the fourth, and the stage will be set for a great finish. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left.
And I really like the decision by the quarterback there. Listen, it's early in the downs. Like, don't force it. Don't make a turnover. He tucks it, get what you can get, and then live to play the next down. I like that execution by the QB.
Well, obviously here in the fourth quarter trailing, they're going to be throwing the ball, trying to get back in this game. Couldn't come up with it there on second down. We're expecting them to throw it here on third.
From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
After that incompletion, there is so much pressure now on this quarterback to come up with a big play. They need to score a touchdown. They need to keep this drive alive to have any shot at winning this game. But it all comes down to this play right here.
Trailing and getting deep in the game, they'll go for it here on 4th and goal. Trying to power it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets!
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game now. All you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
This is supposed to be the easiest play in football, except when there's this much pressure. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And what a huge score and extra point there to get it tied in the final minute. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Movement here from the tight end. Power football with the run. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Four quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football and finding out which of these two teams is the most mature, who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Grabbed on the outside, it's Lane. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Holds and fires complete to the right. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring that.
So you know the defense is going to be king too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
Slams it ahead. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! And they score first here in overtime.
Georgia Tech.
If you want to know how to reach this guy, just send his mail to the end zone. That's where he lives.
He definitely is today. And I think the defense has to be getting a little sick and tired of the same guy beating him time and time again.
This extra point would give them a 7-point lead in OT. And the extra point splits the uprights. They're up 35-28.
That makes the score. Georgia Tech 35, Colorado.
They know what's in front of them. They have to answer that score with a touchdown. He'll start this drive firing. Touchdown, Bucks! They got it in the end zone. Now a decision to make with a point after.
Obviously very hard to complete passes this area of the field. Nice execution. Now you're down by 1, and now you got to make the decision. Are we going to go for it and try to end the game right here and put this game in our offense's hands? What do you think?
And that's why I love having the ball second, because I get the opportunity to do this. I knew they scored a touchdown. We scored a touchdown. Now, do I want to go for the win, or do I want to continue this game on? It's so nice to have the ball second.
Don't assume on this extra point. They needed to send it to a second OT. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Here in the second overtime, they'll snap it on first down. Back to throw, it's Sanders. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. And the defense was right there to make the tackle, but not before they get it to the 12 and set up in the red zone. And the Buffaloes have pushed it inside the 20. The give to the back. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
You really want to be in position to put a touchdown on the board on the first possession in overtime. It's 3rd and 8. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
Really nice third down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, and now forcing the incompletion, setting up 4th.
They'll try to put 3 on the board and take the lead in overtime. Defense will call a timeout. They got a peek at the formation, want to make sure they're in the right call on this big down here in overtime. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good, and they strike first and take the lead by 3 here in overtime. Down by 3, it's their turn here in overtime. A touchdown will win it. Here's first down. Running back goes in motion. Looking to pass. It's King. Makes the grab on the left. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Gain of 8. Brings up second down.
trying to get a rhythm in the passing game now on second down. They'll give it to the back. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
A touchdown ends the game here in overtime. It's 1st and goal. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Well, he's had the hot hand, 3 TDs in the game already. I like just force-feeding this guy the rock some more here, Paul.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been the more physical team. He does a really good job finding the end zone, running the football. That's why they've featured him today.
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing, especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know that now.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
We've seen this defensive end make a lot of plays. In the run game, he's setting the edge. He's forcing the football to go back inside, but he's not a one-trick pony. He can also get out of his stance, use his hands, and use his speed to beat offensive tackles and get to the QB.
This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. Timeout called by the defense as they want to make sure they avoid any hint of a mental lapse here in overtime. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's between the uprights and good, and this coach does realize that he's still just lost the game, right? So here we go, dueling 2-point conversions from this point forward. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They are stopped on the 2-point try, and now it'll be up to the defense. After the stop, now a 2-point try to win the game. A designed run for the quarterback. He's into the end zone for the 2, and now they lead by 2.